Now, he's best known perhaps for playing JD in the American comedy series Scrubs, but actor Zach Braff is preparing for his UK theatre debut now.
He's starring in a comedy? Yeah, you've completely thrown me. She's still looking at me with that face. Right, here we go. He's starring in a comedy that he wrote himself about a troubled 36-year-old man. It's already been a huge success on Broadway.
So we'll speak more to Zach in a moment. First, let's take a look at the rehearsals, where Zach's character's friends are attempting to cheer him up.
Hello. Is there a fire?
No, not anymore. I put it out.
Oh, thank God. I'm looking for Charlie Bloom.
I'm Charlie.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. I'm sorry, who are you?
Kevin O'Donnell sent me from New York City.
To do what?
To cheer you up. He said you were down in the dumps.
Well, looks very energetic, and Zach is here to tell us more.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
This is about a 35-year-old man who is attempting suicide, and other people try to come and persuade him not to do it. Is it a comedy?
But it's a comedy.
A lot of laughs in that, Ben.
Well, it's a comedy about four strangers that come together in this abandoned beach house off the coast of New Jersey. It takes place in real time over the course of 90 minutes. Very fast-paced, very in the spirit of comedy that I think people have begun to know me for in this country and elsewhere. But yes, you know, some very dramatic elements sort of bubble to the top as they do with a night of friends hanging out.
When you wrote it first and it was on the stage in America, you didn't perform in it. Why not?
Well, it was my first play. It is my first play, and it needed quite a bit of work, I think. You know, when I've acted and directed things before, they've been on film or TV where I could watch the playback monitor and say, oh, I need another take.
Of course, you did Garden State, of course.
Yes,
yeah.
the film Garden State, and I directed a bunch of episodes of Scrubs. And so with this, you know, there is no playback in theater, so I wanted to sit in the back of the house and shape it and rewrite it and tweak it and make it as good as I possibly could. And we had such a wonderful response in New York when we got invited to do the play here. I thought, well, wouldn't it be amazing to play the lead? So that's for the first time I'm going to do that.
Yeah, so because I was wondering why you were choosing to go on stage, particularly here rather than in the States, and was it because you're shy, or was it simply
No one has ever called me shy. I'm pretty extroverted, but I think it was just, well, it was two dreams in one. I've always dreamed of doing theater in the West End. I love London, and I love the theater scene here, and so it was always a dream of mine. And then to have it be invited for a play I'd written, you know, it was just beyond my wildest imagination. So I just felt honored, and I thought I'd go for it.
You talk about getting involved with the writing and direction of Scrubs. Looking at you, it's JD sitting right next to me.
Oh,
and
really?
we have watched back-to-back episodes of Scrubs in our house. Did you find it difficult at first to distance yourself from that character and move into the writing and directing? Because so many people know you so well from it.
It's a good question. I tried to, you know, throughout the course of the 8.5 years we did Scrubs, and there you're showing about as broad as a clip as there possibly is. But throughout the course, I tried to do things. You know, I made my film Garden State. I did, you know, theater in New York.
Yep.
I did Shakespeare. I did some independent films. Yeah, so I was actively trying to. I look nice there. That's when I was. That's when I had. That's when I was a little bit slimmer. But you know, so I was trying to
leave that up.
I was trying. Yeah, just leave that up frozen in the background if you don't mind. So you know, I was trying to do things that would you know, show other sides of me. But of course, you know, all those things weren't international. You know, sent all over the earth. Scrubs is by far the thing I'm most known for.
You do have sort of rather JD-like experiences. I mean, looking at you there, your physique, you did attempt once to sort of buff up and go to get fit, and then you bumped into Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I was just told this on Graham Norton, but I happened to go to the gym and try and like get in shape for the first time, and Arnold Schwarzenegger happened to be taking a tour of the gym that day, and so he came over to me and asked me what's your goals with your workout, and
That's good.
I didn't. I panicked and I said, I just want to look like Brad Pitt in Fight Club.
and do you?
No, I don't. He told me to eat carrots. That's what he said. You have to eat a lot of carrots. And so I ran home and ate as many carrots as I possibly could, but I never got those Brad Pitt Fight Club.
It's not working for you yet.
No. I guess it's more carrots than I had anticipated.
Are you enjoying being over here? Because you're going to be in Manchester and Glasgow as well as London.
Yes, we're taking the play on the road before we we go to the Duke of York's theatre. So we're first in Manchester, and then we're in Glasgow, and then we'll be for 10 weeks.
So you'll see three very different faces of Britain, actually. You know
yeah, it's great for me because I've really only spent time as a tourist in London. So I love the country, and I'm just very interested to sort of do a mini tour and see the fans and then, you know, plant myself for 10 weeks at the Duke of York's, which is really exciting.
It might be harder for you, though, because now you're on stage. Before, when you're in New York, you're at the back of the house and you could make additions. That bit doesn't work quite so well. This is you on stage in front of the audience.
Yeah, well,
do you think that's going to be more difficult?
Of course, but you know, it's it's just so exciting. The thrill of being in front of the audience. It's a comedy. It's a lot of fun. It's not one. Some people who don't normally go to the theater go, oh, I don't want to sit there for so long. This is quick, fun, 90 minutes. Go have a laugh with your friends at the pub afterwards. It's a quick, fun ride, and I think people are going to really like it.
Okay.
And you've been discovering some things like. Tried to tip a taxi driver the other day.
Well, the joke I said was, I know that your tipping policies are quite different here, as you know, and I'm just getting used to them because in New York, I live in New York City, we tip everybody, you know, and so when I gave the cab driver the tip that I would give in New York, which is, you know, a couple dollars, he looked at me like there was some mistake. Well, I guess most people do a smaller tip here to a cab driver. A taxi driver, sorry. So he said, he looked at me and he said, why are you wasting your money? Sorry, that's my horrible British accent. But I thought it was so funny. He was just sort of teasing. Obviously, he appreciated the tip, but he was just saying, "Wow, it is a different tipping policy."
It is. Although you do tip television presenters
you
when you appear on the sofa.
Well, let me get to that. Right?
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
Wish we could talk for longer. Thank you very much.
The play opens at Manchester Opera House February the 8th. It's going to Glasgow and London Duke of York Theatre for 10 weeks.
That's it for now. He's off tomorrow because it's his birthday.
I'll be here in his place.
Will you?
Yes,
that'll be good.
Yay! Off you go.
Off you go. Tip. All right, I'll see you next week. They're back tomorrow.
Sure.
No, you won't. No.